Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you are here to help me. Yes, that's right. You're going to help me today get organized so that we can start our seed starting journey. If you are brand new here, my name is Barbara. I live in Tennessee in Zone 7B, and I am excited about all things gardening, all things homesteading. So if you want a cheerleader, if you want a hype woman, I am your person. Go ahead and subscribe in faith. I bring a lot of enthusiasm to gardening because who wants to tune in and gardening to be boring? Not me. And so y'all, it's almost time. It is almost time to begin planning for the summer gardening season. And really it is time. And so in this video, y'all, I am behind. Let me just palms up. I am behind. And so I am going to try to spend some time today to get organized so that I can start my seed starting journey, and I'm going to take you through as much of it as possible during this season as we get ready for the summer garden. So here's the reason why I'm behind. For first of all, you guys know I went on a 3-week vacation. Not necessarily went somewhere for 3 weeks, but I was off from my main primary business for 3 weeks, and it was absolutely wonderful. So we got back in town over a week ago. You guys saw that I did a video talking about what you should be doing for the month of January. And so if you did not see the last video that I posted about the things you should be focused on as a gardener in January, I will pop it up here. Make sure that you go back and watch that video. But y'all, I started a detox when I got back in town. And if you've ever done a detox, you know those first few days you don't feel good. And let me just tell you, that was my plight. Okay. I did not feel great. I have not seen my garden. I pray it is okay. I have not seen it because I have not had any energy to do much of anything except yesterday I turned the corner and your girl is back. Your girl is back. Okay. But let me tell you, I wasn't sick. I had zero energy. Now, like I said, if you know, you know. But I'm still on the detox, but I have energy. I feel great, and so I'm glad about it. But when I say I'm behind, I am behind. And so, you know what? That is life. So in this video, we're going to tackle all of this behind me. And one of my main goal today is I went to Michael's and I bought some new places or cases to store my seeds. And so we're going to get those organized and everything kind of in a case. And then I also want to talk to you about 2026, what this year is going to be bringing from my standpoint, kind of my reflections of 2025, and so all the things. So really, I'm just inviting you into my space today to come and hang out with me. And then maybe while I'm getting something done and you're helping me, maybe I can help you at the same time. So if you want to put me in your ear, put me on the TV while you do your own seed organizing or do something around the house, then maybe we can help each other. Does that sound good? All right, let's get into it. Before we kind of dive into organizing our seeds, let's spend a few minutes talking about 2025 and then into 2026. And so I always, at the end of a year or at the beginning of a new year, I like to set goals based on what happened in the previous year or just based on whatever I feel like I need to be working on, right? Some people call it New Year's resolution. Some people call it, setting intention. You can put whatever title or label you want on it, but let me just tell you, I do it, right? And you may not do it, but it's really important for me, and it kind of aligns with my personality. My personality and my nature, I am strategic. I like to plan. I like to have goals because if I don't have a goal, then I find myself being very unproductive, right? I find myself not getting anything done, even though I have a whole lot of things to get done. But when I have a to-do list, look, don't come between me and my to-do list, okay? Anybody out there is a to-do list person, just put in the chat to-do list, okay? That I'm your girl, okay? I got a list for the list, okay? But I am very goal oriented, and so I like to set intention. I like to have goals. And so as I started to kind of write down what my goals were for 2026, I had to reflect on 2025, right? And again, I won't kind of belabor the point and go through like my goals, because a lot of it is personal goals, and I'm sure you guys are not interested in that. But when it comes specifically to the farm business and the garden, I reflected on 2025, and I feel like we made a lot of strides in the farm side of the business. So if you're new here, our farm is Living Foods Farm. You can go to our website and see all that we have to offer. We do classes and workshops, so there's some digital courses on there and replays that you guys can grab, and all of that if you are interested in those subjects. We also sell products that we ship, and then for our local community, we sell produce. So that is the farm side of the business that is connected to this YouTube channel. And so the farm did really well this year. We tripled in sales thanks to you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you, everybody who took time to order something from our shop, to pass along a link to a friend, to order for somebody, and maybe you didn't order, but you shared the link. I appreciate you and thank you very much. So I'm very, very thankful for that. The farm business, this will be our 3rd year in operation. And so God has really blessed, and I expect even greater things in 2026. We are looking to have more of a focus on education in 2026. And so what does that look like? That looks like I will be offering a lot more digital guides. I'm happy to offer classes, but I feel like I've hit the high points of the classes. Now, obviously, a lot of those was over a year ago, and I have a lot of new people. So if there are classes or workshops that you want where it's specifically me and you and a group of people on Zoom, and I'm teaching a subject, whether it's canning, sourdough, gardening, fall, whatever the case may be, I'm happy to do those. Absolutely. But I'm also going to be focused on education in the way of digital guides. So that way you can download a resource, you have it at your fingertips, and all of that. I'm also looking for, hopefully in 2026, to have some type of, I don't want to call it mentorship, but some type of opportunity where you can join a gardening cohort with me and other people. You're going to pay a price and you have access to get your questions answered and things like that. I haven't quite worked that all out logistically in my head, but that's what's on my heart. Okay. And then also in 2026, you're going to see some new branding for the farm, as well as for the new, as well as for the YouTube channel. And so I've been working with the graphic designer. You guys, if you've been around, you know I like to do things that are in of excellent quality. But I'm also a kind of person that once I have an idea, I'm going to start on it. And so I try my best to not let fear overtake an idea. Now, I'm not perfect at it, but what I'm saying is there have been times I have launched something and it wasn't necessarily what I wanted in terms of the look, but it was what I could do at the time. And then as soon as I had funds to do better, or as the product grew, then we were able to change some things. And so that's kind of where we are when it comes to the farm and when it comes to the YouTube channel. You're going to see a couple of things branded differently, because now we have some resources to be able to do that. But keep in mind, it did not stop me from starting my YouTube channel 4 years ago, right? So I want you to get the message, right? It's okay to start, but as you start, you keep evolving and you can do better. It doesn't have to be perfect when you start, but as you keep going, you can keep perfecting and keep making things look great. Hopefully somebody got that message. Now, and speaking of YouTube, I do want to say, as I reflect on 2025, how just blown away I am at my YouTube growth. So I said this in a previous video. At the end of 2024, I ended my YouTube channel with 9,380 subscribers. My goal for 2024 was to get to 10,000 subscribers, and I did not make that goal. I was at 9,380. And so as we began the year in 2025, my goal was to get to 15,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. Okay, and let me tell you, God helped me surpass the goal. I ended 2025 with 22,000 subscribers. Like literally, it crested like right before midnight. Tell me God ain't good, right? So I far exceeded my goal. But y'all, just a few days ago, I hit 23,000. Which is wild. absolutely wild. And I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. So my goal for this year is to get 50,000 subscribers. So I hope that you will link arms with me and agree. So if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Be a part of this community. It is a safe space if you want to learn gardening, homesteading, get your questions answered, and just be around a community that will cheer you on, answer your questions, and give you all the support. Whatever I know, I share with you guys. I'm not a gatekeeper. I don't do anything like that. What you see is what you get, okay? So that's my goal for 2025 when it comes to the farm and to the YouTube channel. I also want to, and maybe I'll say this at the end. At the end, if you want to stay to the end, I want to share with you 2026 and kind of the overall mantra for my life, which will spill into the garden and to the farm. And I'm gonna share kind of what the word or the phrase that the Lord gave me to kind of govern me in 2026. But I will save that to the end. So if you want to hear that, definitely stay by to the end. But for now, y'all, let's jump into these seeds and let's talk about our mission for the day. Okay, so like I said, I went to Michael's and I bought me some new cases. So if you are new to my channel or new to gardening and you've never seen this before, let me quickly go through it because there's always somebody new that watches, okay? So I got this case from Michael's. You can get them also from Hobby Lobby, but right now they're on sale at Michael's for $11.99. They're normally $40. Now they do have them at Hobby Lobby, and I think theirs normally run regular price like $12 to $15. I personally prefer the Michael's brand. To me, it is just a thicker quality. It's more heavy duty, and that's just what I prefer. But either one will get you what you need. But basically, it is a photo case. So when you look, does it say photo case on the top? It says storage case, but it's for photos. So when you go search at Michael's, just put in photo case. But what is it, or what it is, I should say, inside there are 16 of these. This right here is a 4x6 case that is designed for photos, but it's a perfect size to store seeds. So basically all you do is you put your seeds in there like so, like that, and you stick a label on it and put that right back in the storage case. It's a great, neat way to store your seeds. And that way, when it's time to go out to the garden, if you want to plant carrots, you just grab your carrot case and go out there and sow your carrots, come back, put your case back in here, and it keeps everything nice, neat, and organized. Now, I have 4 of these that I've had over the last 4 or 5 years when I've been doing gardening. And so I just bought me 2 more. And this is basically for things that either, well, they all don't have a case, but they don't have a case because either it's something new that I started growing after I did all of my cases, and or I have enough of those seeds and maybe it's something that I'm trying. I want them to be separate. So you'll kind of see as I go along, and I'll kind of walk you through the cases that I make. But I also have my label maker out here to make my labels. I have a fresh set of batteries. And so on the table, it's basically, I have stacks of stuff that do not have a case. So that's going to be my first order of business, to make cases and labels for all the things that don't have a case. And we're going to see if we bought enough cases or do we need to go buy some more. Then I also bought another case that I'm going to show you after this, that's for another purpose that I'm going to show you that I'm really excited about as well. But first, let's get our labels done and get this table cleared up. So let me tell you, so even though I'm a very organized and planned person, I prefer for things to stay that way than necessarily having to get it done, if that makes sense. What I mean is, this is not a task that's sexy. It's not even a task that I really was wanting to do, but it needed to be done. And it especially needed to be done, for one, so that my table can be clear, so that we can get our seed starting organization, the next step laid out. But then also, more importantly, just so that my brain can function, right? My brain doesn't function well with a lot of chaos and clutter. And again, I think in terms of systems, I think in terms of, you know, things being sequential and all that. So just my personality and my brain, I needed to get this done, although it's not one of the things that I just really was craving to do. But anyway, I jump in here to get it started. And so basically what you see on the table are stacks of seeds that do not have a home, meaning they do not have a case. So these are seeds that maybe I just bought in the last year or so, and I wanted to try it out, and now I know that I like it, and I'm going to keep it and keep growing more of that seed, but it never had a case. It's those seeds, as well as when I first started, if I only had one seed packet of something, I kind of put it into like a general miscellaneous case. And so now that it's been years and I'm still growing that seed and I have more seed packets, they'll get their own case. So that's kind of what this is. And so I'm just going through making my labels on my label maker, and then making individual cases for the seeds that's on the table. So what you see, again, are different stacks. But then also to the right where you cannot see, I have even more stacks that have to be done. So I'm just head down, getting it done. And I know that once I get done, I'll feel much, much better. Okay, y'all, I'm still on the first case. I got one side done, as you can see. And already, this is why you should be organized, because y'all, I have double bought, okay? If I didn't say, I finally placed my seed order last week. And so that's another reason why I feel behind, because by now I would already have my seeds. But you know what? That's life. We can't always be, a player on top of it all the time. Okay. So I ordered my seeds last week, and remember I called myself on, I don't know, a few videos ago, going through my inventory, which I did. Now, keep in mind, when I went on vacation, and that's usually when I order my seeds when I'm away because I have time to think. But actually, I didn't even do that. But anyway, when I was on vacation, I had left my list at home of my seed inventory. But I didn't end up ordering my seeds until I got back, so that's really not even an excuse. Anyway, I'm looking at stuff that I had, but it was stuff that was all on the table in rubber bands that needed a case. And I don't think I ever went through that stack when I went through my inventory. When I went through my inventory, I just went through my cases. And because these were not in a case, it never even registered for my inventory. And some of the stuff, y'all, I had. So I ordered this particular coleus. If I'm not mistaken, I ordered that as part of my seed order. And look, y'all, I already have 2. But because it was not in a case, I just made a case for it. I ordered it. So that's another reason. Not that you need a reason to be organized. I mean, you should just want to be organized. And I know that some people's brain doesn't work that way. They are more, stream of consciousness, fly by the seat of their pants, and that works for them. You know what I'm saying? But I live with one of those. And I don't really think it works for you. I really don't. I think organization always wins. But in case that's not how your brain works, then it's probably harder for you to do because it's not your strength. And I understand that things that are not our strength, we have to put more effort into doing it. So I get that. But I would encourage you, especially if you have a lot of seeds like me. And I'm so glad I didn't order this bee balm, because look, I already got 2. That's real pretty. I'm gonna grow that this year. That's real pretty. These were seeds that I had bought sometime last year. They've been on my table without a home. And because they didn't have a home, yeah, I'm just being real particular about how I put these in here, because I want to be able to see them when I do the case. Yeah. You don't have to do all that. That's just me being extra. Okay? Just me being extra. But so far, what I have is that I've made labels. Okay, my timer just went off, letting me know that I need to get up because I got a meeting to go to. Y'all, I just gotta do it while I can. I have pockets of time, and that's when I have to get it done. Well, I tell you, this is taking me forever. But anyway, before I run to my meeting, the ones that I've made so far are beets, bee balm, pinto beans, chamomile, purple hull, fennel, chia, black beans, snapdragon, coleus, and anise. So that's what the cases that I have so far. I still need to make quite a few more cases. And so I'll be back when I have another pocket of time, and we'll get right back to it, and we will keep going. Okay, guys, it's another day. I have been working on this project for the last 3 days, but today is getting done. It is getting done. And again, just, I'm doing it in between meetings, doing it in between all the other stuff. You know how it goes. Sometimes you just have to find the pockets of time that you can. And even if that pocket of time you can't get the whole thing done. You can get some of it done. And sometimes things like this will take me a few days just because I'm squeezing it in as I can. If I just had a dedicated amount of 2 hours, we could have been done, but we're not. So we back at it. We're gonna finish it up. I'm making more labels and all of that good stuff. Yeah. Now I got still more seeds that need homes, but I'm trying to figure out how to group some of these. So I'll bring you back and give you an update. Let me also pop in right quick and remind you of my seed starting calculator that you can buy right now from my shop, which is an instant digital download. So as we're talking about organizing seeds, one of the things that I get questions about all the time, and also one of the biggest mistakes that gardeners make, is starting their seeds at the wrong time. Either you're too late or you're too early. And yes, you can be too early starting your seeds. I'll be talking about that in an upcoming video. But if you want a foolproof way of not guessing, but knowing exactly when to start your seeds, then download and purchase my seed starting calculator. I'll put the graphic up here. I'll put the link in the first comment. It's $6.95. Basically, now again, only get this if you tech savvy because it is computer, right? It is, you're gonna get an email from me as soon as you buy it. There's going to be a link, and the link is going to have two attachments: a video of me showing you exactly what to do, and then also the spreadsheet. All you do is you go to the first tab in that spreadsheet, and at the top it says enter your last frost date. You put that date in, and then everything else on that tab and the remaining tabs are going to populate for you. It's just that simple. And it's going to fill in all of your dates of when to start your seeds, when to plant them out, the whole 9 yards. So if you know that you're always guessing and you want to stop the guesswork, then purchase the seed starting calculator. It's $6.95. You can buy it in our shop. But again, if you're not a computer person, probably not the tool for you. But if you are, you're gonna love it because it makes it just simple and easy. It's what I use, and it's what I recommend that you use as well. So just want to remind you guys in case you did not see that on the previous video. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna have to call it. So I would say I am about 90% done. So I did not finish, but I am out of time. And so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this part up. And then what I have left is just a few stacks. They are organized. And so all I have to do is make labels. My label maker got jammed. I have two label makers. One, the screen, you can't hardly see what you're doing, which is why I bought the second label maker. Well, the second label maker keeps jamming. My husband's been out here twice to fix it, and now it's jammed again. So we'll come back to that, but everything is organized, and all I gotta do is have labels, or either there's something that I already have and they just need to go in the case. So I feel good about that. I have gone through all the seeds that I have. Let me show you what I also bought from Michael's, which is a case. It's pink because I think it's a pretty color. But instead of it having the cartridges in it, it's just an empty open case like that, which is what I wanted. And what I'm going to put in here are like my bulk seeds. So when I buy seeds, it's like in a bigger package that doesn't fit in the 4x6. So for example, I have one of these, but it's on this last leg and it's jam packed. So like here are my microgreens. They come in these, well, I buy them in big packs instead of little small packs. So something like that would go in here, right? Like so, like that. Other stuff that I have in here, I had bought like these pencil boxes. I was using those, but I don't really like those. So like I bought this pencil box, and what I have in here are cover crops that I bought. They're bigger size than the traditional 4x6 seed packet, so they don't fit in those cases. So I bought them to fit in this, but something like this I can put in there. So it'll kind of be a hodgepodge, and I'll know, at least that's what I'm thinking, is that I bought 2 cases. One case will be for saved seeds. So I'll use one for saved seeds. So any seeds that I've saved, like this is my okra from this past summer. This is my purple hull peas from this last summer. Then stuff like this, I will put in one of those pink containers, and then the other pink container will be like bulk or bigger seed packets. So that's my thought of how we will utilize that. So I'm really excited. So I have 6 seed cases, and then I have 2 of these that we will get organized. And then what else do I have in here? Oh, see, y'all have all these pencil boxes. I don't keep the pencil boxes because maybe I can use them to take out to the garden. But here's another example of, this is corn that's in a bigger package because it was a bigger botanical interest. It doesn't fit in the thing, so we'll put it in here. And that's how we'll do that. And then like here, I had some miscellaneous flowers that, so look, I got some loofah seeds that were saved, coleus, some random stuff in here that needs to go into a case. So I will go through that. And then what else? Yeah, so I got these corn seeds. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have, this is another example. Like this is a whole big bag of okra seeds that I bought at a co-op. Like this is 1 pound of seed. And this was 2022. So it's 3, almost 4 years old, but I will keep it because in a pinch, it'll come in handy, right? So like that kind of stuff will go in here. So that way, and this is like, I would probably never take this case into the garden, but this way I know all of the big oversized packages are in here. So I know to look in here for that. And then the other pink one will be like all of my saved seeds and things like that. And then I'll just label it up. So that's how we'll do that. So it's been a good day to be out here, or a good few days to be out here to get it done. I hope that this inspires you to get your stuff done. Now I want to spend just a few minutes to talk about my overall mantra for 2026 that I felt like was downloaded for me for the Holy Spirit. But if it can bless you, then I definitely want to share it. So, you know, a lot of people have words that they have for the year. And there have been years where I've had words, and there's been years where I haven't had any words, because it's really just depending on what I am feeling and what impression I'm getting from the Holy Spirit. And so this year, I feel like the Lord didn't just give me a word. He kind of gave me a phrase. And what I felt like the Lord was telling me was all or nothing. And that is kind of like the overall mantra for my life in 2026. I am using that as an anchor. I'm using that as a litmus test as I'm engaging in stuff. Am I giving it my all, or If not, then don't give anything, right? And I think this can also apply to the garden. There are many of you, when it comes to gardening, whether it's a leisure hobby for you or whether it's a full-time thing or just a passion project, there are many of you that are not giving your all in the garden because you may be afraid. That may look like, hey, I don't know if I should grow this crop because everybody says it doesn't grow in my area. It could be something as simple as that, all the way to, you know, I feel impressed that I should start a YouTube channel on crafts, on gardening, or whatever the case may be, but yet I'm not doing it. And so I want you to look at areas in your life and I want you to ask the question, are you giving it your all or are you giving it halfway? And again, I don't want to make my message your message, but I just felt led to share that in case it helps somebody. That is the message that the Lord gave me. And number one, spiritually, the Lord wants me to give him my all. Don't be halfway. Don't be lukewarm. So definitely from a spiritual application, but then in everything that I touch, everything that I govern, you know, my businesses, my family, my home, give it your all or don't do nothing, right? Stop letting, and the way it was impressed to me by the Holy Spirit, there are certain things that I have been in the back of my mind that I have not done because of fear. Now I will call it something else, you know, so we have an excuse maker, you know, that will say, oh, I don't have time. Oh, I'm too busy. Oh, that takes money. I don't have the resources. Like those are like the layers. That's the words that come out of our mouth. But at the end of the day, if we were to strip all of that away, it's just fear. But we put different labels on it. I know that I do that. And so the Lord is telling me, look, stop. Give it your all. Stop talking about it and just be about it, right? Do not leave this life. Do not leave this world with things left on the table, with things that, man, I wish I would have done that. Man, I wish I could have done that. No, stop the wishing, coulda, shoulda, whatever is on your heart that you know for a fact that you're supposed to be doing. I encourage you this year to give it your all. Give it your all. And I'm just going to leave it there. That was the mantra that the Lord gave me. So you will see that. Okay, something is trying to get on in here. Okay, so you will see that as I go about. Now, will it show up in things that I'm doing? Maybe or maybe not. It may not be apparent to you, but I'm telling you, by God's grace, that is the way that I'm moving in 2026. I want to give the Lord my all. I want to give everything that I touch my all. And so if there's something that I know for a fact that there's some things that the Lord has asked me to do that I have not done, I pray by God's grace, I will be able to get it done, get it started this year as he gives me grace. Okay. So I hope that blessed somebody. I want to just tell you guys, look, it's almost time. It's almost go time. Like y'all, before you know it, the sun is going to shine and it's going to keep shining and the frost will be gone. It'll be time to plant stuff in the ground. Will you be ready? Are you going to give it your all this season? I'm your cheerleader here to cheer you on. So make sure that if you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button so you know what to do, how to do, when to do, and you can follow along and we can all encourage each other. Remember, y'all, this is a journey, but it will be so great if we can do it together. I'll see you next time, friend.